The Flood of June 1915 by Garth Ukrainetz, poet of the Blackmud Creek. The river will flow. The river will go. The river herself will she please. There's work to be done for the buffalo tongue, for the beaver, the deer, and the trees. From high Rocky Mountains to Lake Winnipeg, the water she moves must be clean. So if you don't care, then you must prepare for the flood of June 1915. For fortune and fame all the newcomers came, yet they sent their dear sons back to war. They cut down the trees just to build what they pleased, with pollution and crowding on shore. Coal mines and brickyards, lumber mill saws, railways and sidewalks and roads. Exploiting the river with industrial's kiss as they laundered their filthy, stained clothes. Stern warning decreed from the chiefs of the Cree, this valley belongs to the river. We must live and let live, for we get what we give, as the arrow returns to the quiver. You have shown no respect for her wise intellect, so she'll speak in her own unique way. John Walter replied, with a wink in his eye, we'll see what the river will say. An angry reply through a thunderous sky as the river looked up from the water. She cried out in pain to the clouds and the rain, while the sun of her bosom burned hotter. In the foothills it poured on her watershed floor. She was rising with turmoil inside. From morning to night it rained down with such might till her floodgates burst open full wide. The water came rushing, a water foul flushing. It raised the dead trees and dead branches. A telegraph humming, much water is coming, you must run to high ground, take no chances. John Walter said, thanks, but she won't breach the banks, while the people tied houses to post. Rising higher each hour, the wild rose with such power, John Walter turned pale as a ghost. On the hills stood the Cree. In the Saskatoon trees, they were eating and watching the show. Many buildings were floating, much debris strewn and coating, a raging tsunami below. On the bridge of low lanes sat the steam engine trains. They saved it from breaking away. From the bridge on high level, a crowd jeered at the devil, this watery monster at play. 10,000 or more scrambled high on the shore to watch the destruction unfold. With tears in their eyes, rotten wood floating by, with the outhouses, tables, and poles. And stranded on rooftop, with fists in the air, loudly yelling and cursing the water. John Walter, now ruined, it's the damn river's doing! I knew I should never have fought her. A river abused, read the Edmonton News. It made all the headlines that day. In the trenches of France, the boys laughed at poor chance that some houses just floated away. Though many lost homes, no one drowned in the foam. New respect for the river was born. For hell hath no fury no fury in hell like a river that's scorned. The river will flow. The river will go. The river herself will she please. There's work to be done for the buffalo tongue, for the beaver, the deer, and the trees. From high Rocky Mountains to Lake Winnipeg, the water she moves must be clean. So if you don't care, then you must prepare for the flood of June 1915.